Hi, good morning. This is Papu Kumar, Director from JDL India Private Limited. Just to give a few introduction of the company, JDL India Private Limited (JDL) means Jet Delivery Logistic, a logistic supply chain company owned by JD Logistic Korea as well as JDL Vietnam. The global strength we have is 210. JDL India Private Limited established in the year 2017 July. We have been issued a custom broker's license by Delhi Commissionerate in 2017. JDL has a highly experienced and professional team with offer full range of logistic, transportation service and supply chain solution to our end-to-end customer. Now, basically, due to the new rules that has been implemented regarding the country of origin, we'll have a few discussion on this. We will discuss about the merit, about the demerit, and what are the precautions that the importer has to take it. All these things we'll discuss during this time. The rules, Karotar, Customs Administration of Rules of Origin and the Trade Agreement Rules. These rules came into effect in September 21st, 2020. As we all know that preferential trade agreements are a widely practiced norm in international trade policy in recent times. India too has its share of PTAs, but there are increasing trade irregularities and undue claims of preferential tariff trade by fraud and manipulation of country of origin criteria. In order to check the undue claims and PTT and to bring into the requirement for stringent checks on the imports of goods, especially focusing on the COO, the Government of India notified the Karotar rules in 2020, and the same thing came into effect from September 21st, 2020. Now, what are the major changes that the importer need to fulfill it? Under this Karotar regime, the declaration and the verification criteria will become comprehensive for import under PTT. There are some changes in particulars of the bill of entry, such as the declaration regarding satisfaction of originating goods for product, country of origin details, originating criteria, wholly obtained or not wholly obtained, accumulation or cumulation, back-to-back country of origin or direct import, direct transport, etc. The importer is required to obtain basic information from the exporter, such as the process of claiming WO, wholly owned, the production process for non-wholly owned originating criteria input used in the production with HSN code, regional value content and goods of uncertain origin, etc. at the time of prior to import. Additional information and supporting documents from the importer to establish the accuracy and truthfulness can also be demanded. All these changes have some complication and impact. Now, the stringent requirement will impact the importers, especially those who are legitimately claiming the PTT. The parallel amendment has also been made to the Customs Act to enable the confiscation of goods imported on a claim of product which are in contravention to applicable provision of the Karotar. In addition, there can be a demand for the short levy duty, interest and penalty under the Customs Act. Some more tedious consequential implication and the challenges due to the Karotar can be seen as below. First, identical goods from the same producer or exporter shall be liable to rejection of PTT without any verification due to contravention by the importer. 2. Terms like reasonable care about the accuracy and truthfulness of the importer's information and documents received from exporter and an officer reason to believe, to doubt such accuracy for further verification are nowhere defined or explained, which may lead to arbitrary extension of the jurisdiction of the authorities. Strict timelines are expected to be imposed on the submission of the information by the importer and on the response by verification authority in the exporting country. Failure to adhere to such timelines may lead to rejection of PTT. Fourth, the authority has the power to suspend the FTT during the course of verification or allow it on provisional assessment with payment of security equivalent to differential duty, which is a long drawn process. Now, fifth, no reservation provided on obtaining the proprietary business information from the exporter or producer. This will give rise to conflict and commercial dispute between parties in cross-border trade. 7. Possible investigation of past transaction. Examination of all subsequent import under PTT resulting in a delay in clearance. So, the suggestion the requirement we should have is, it is advisable to develop a robust system for compilation and collection of all essential information prior to import, to enable prompt and spot on submission whenever asked by the authorities at the time of or after import. The conclusion we can draw is, despite the onerous requirements and compliance under the Carota, the overriding effect to rules of origin of the respective agreements shall always give an edge to and protect the right of the importer. One need to see the conflicting aspect of the Carota with respective rules of origin to take immunity from an unwanted obligation due to this new requirement. On first reading, compliance to some aspect of the Carota seems to be impossible and is an apt example of lax non cogit ad impossibilibus, that the law does not compel a man to do which he cannot possibly perform. Due to geographical region, terms of agreement, jurisdiction and proprietary of the business, such a route or course leading nowhere may become legal challenges to the Carota if the concerned authority presses for information beyond justified limits. However, considering that the intent of the lawmaker is to only catch the foul player, it can be expected that due diligence of existing or prospective imports can or with proper document will satisfy the custom authorities. In any case, importers should be carefully avoid any ignorance or omissions to the Carota to enjoy an uninterrupted claim of PTT. The Carota rules 2020 can be seen as a motivator for the domestic industry, as it aims to cut down on frivolous imports at a preferential rate. It also implicitly boosts the government agenda of Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliance India or self-sufficient India. It will be interesting to see whether the move will achieve a desired objective by sporting suspicious claims on the PTT or end up another than blah blah blah. On the image of ease of doing business, it may well be a roller coaster ride for the government as well as the industry. The second major changes in the custom process is the Turant customs. Just giving a light brief on the Turant customs. CBIC, Central Board of Indirect Tax and Customs, has launched its flagship program Turant Customs. Turant Customs is a mega reform for the ease of doing business. The program, it has been launched at Bengaluru and Chennai to take a leap forward to take advantage of the technology for faster customs clearance of imported goods. With the initiation of program at Bengaluru and Chennai, it makes the first phase of all India rollout, which was got completed by 31st December 2020. Under this umbrella, Turant Customs program, importers will ever benefit with elimination of routine interference with the custom officers, which will provide uniformity in assessment across the country. The custom officer located outside the port of import will clear the goods from the customs after doing faceless assessment remotely. Under this program, the goods imported at Chennai may be assessed by the customs officer located at Bengaluru and vice versa, as assigned by the customs automated systems. The faceless assessment is being rolled out under the umbrella of the next generational Turant Customs program. The key element of these Turant Customs programs are faceless, contactless and paperless custom clearance process, minimizing the delivery time. This includes faceless or anonymized assessment, self-registration of goods by importer, automated clearance of bill of entry, digitizing of customs document. Objectives sought to be achieved are exponentially faster clearance of goods, reduce interference between trade and custom officer, and enhance ease of doing business. Thank you.